Sorry, it stopped. I had to change my memory card. I was wondering when that thing was going to run out. Hang on a minute. Okay, so, and by the way, I lit a candle for the missing children that I'm going to be talking about, especially Christopher. So, I was watching the video of the mom. She was doing an interview. And I think that's the only... I watched the sheriff. I watched him talk. That was my first video I saw about the boy going missing. And all these people were there, the FBI and, you know, everything else. Because I was curious about, you know, Gabby Petito's got a lot of airtime, you know. So I was kind of curious. This is a Hispanic child, I think, or Mexican, or whatever you call it. Hispanic, I think you would check on a box. So, I was glad to see, you know, people were there. The area wasn't as big, but he was supposedly lost in the woods, so they were looking for him. So I watched the sheriff talk, and he said they didn't think it's foul play at this point, which I thought was kind of interesting. But he said we're leaving everything open. So I mean that was okay. But maybe he had an inclination. Okay, so then I saw the video of the mom talking. She speaks Spanish. I'm pretty sure it was Spanish. She doesn't speak English, which I question. I don't know if she speaks good English, but she definitely understands it. Because the sheriff had talked about there's a language barrier here, and the child only speaks Spanish, although he knows his name in English. But there is a language barrier. So in the interview with the mom, they had a cop who spoke Spanish and English and translated for the mom. So the reporter would ask a question, and then she would say it to the mom. I think she did say it to the mom. Maybe the mom does understand English but can't speak it. Well, it's all suspect anyway. I think she can do fine. She might have broken English. But anyway, I watched the video, and there was a few comments below. You know, I looked at the comments, and you know, one person was like, "Oh, I could feel her pain. You know, God bless these children that are missing, and yes, God bless them. But feel her pain? No, I feel people's pain when I see it on TV or an interview. Or I feel it. No. Okay, I could be totally wrong, and again, I'm risking looking like an idiot on all my videos, being wrong, but that mom, in my personal opinion, freedom of speech, was full of shit. She was acting hysterical. Okay, I wanted to say pretending to cry. I mean, I thought I saw a glimmer of some, you know, shiny thing by her eye, but not tears running down her face to the fact of what she was acting like. So I was like, oh my God, because I have seen snippets on the news of, you know, when a child goes missing, the parents are like, oh, you know, he just disappeared, and I'm like, you're fucking guilty as hell. And you know, I get my intuitive hits, but I never really paid much attention to it. You know, I just, you know, go about my life. I just watch the little snippet and like, yeah, right, buddy. You know, you guys did something. And usually it does come to pass that the parents were guilty. But I still never really paid attention to it. So now I'm trying to pay attention. So anyway, so I saw her, and I'm like, no, you're full of shit. You're lying. Okay, so she was, if you've seen the video, she was crying. Like, I'm going, oh God, I just choked myself. Doing that, okay? So, first thought, I didn't see tears coming down her eyes. Second thought, if you're that hysterical about your child missing, which I would be, and I'd be a babbling bubble of tears, you would not do an interview at that point. You would wait till you got yourself under control. So I felt it was all an act. Now, I could be wrong. Don't shoot me. This is just my gut feeling. This is just what I felt. I'm sorry. I hope I don't get haters. I'm not trying to be mean to the mom. This is just my intuitive impressions. Okay? So if you were that upset and gagging and can't talk because you're crying, and then she was screaming, and she was screaming in Spanish over the police person, and But then, when the next question came, she stopped. No bawling, no making, not that noise. Stopped, listened to the question. And then, I think maybe the cop was just interpreting her. Maybe she could understand English. But anyway, the bawling stopped. And then the cop would say what the question was, or maybe tell the mom. And the mom would yell back in Spanish, and you know, and the cop would be like, she's saying, please, please help me. No, we got home from grocery shopping or wherever they were doing. They were taking food out of the car, truck, I don't know. And he ran off chasing his dog. And, he went into the woods. Was one of the scenarios. But I'm sorry, I'm really sorry, I just did not believe the mom one bit. So it kept nagging me, and I kept thinking about it. And I was even asking my spirit guide, who is my father, give me a sign. Should I be investigating these cases? Should I be doing this? Well, of course, he didn't respond. But he might have things to do up there in heaven, looking over someone else. There could be another issue going on in the family. So he didn't respond, but because it kept nagging me, so I thought I would come on and talk about it. So first thing, she stopped bawling when they asked her questions. I didn't see tears rolling down her face, and all the cops were searching in the woods, because I guess maybe that's what they heard first, that he ran with the dog into the woods, and the dog came back, but he didn't. And again with the 2-minute thing, just like the Summer Wells. I only didn't keep my eyes on him for 2 minutes, and he was gone. 2 minutes is probably like 20 for these people. So all the cops were looking in the woods, but the mom kept saying, I think someone took him. I think someone took him away on me, to hide him from me. In Spanish, I guess that's what she was saying, because that's what the interpreter said, the cop interpreter. So my first thought was, why is the mom keeping on saying, I think someone took him? Okay, so that's what I saw. This is what I intuitively came up with. And I guess an elderly neighbor, saw him running down the street with the dog. Not in the woods. I think there was a lot of woods around their property, but not like the Carlton reserves or anything like that. It's just a neighborhood. So, I thought about it, and I thought, okay, but why would she be lying? Publicity stunt? 15 minutes of fame? Oh, and then another thing I was wondering about, okay, so the mom's here acting all a fool, crying. I know I'm going to get haters for that. And if I'm wrong, I apologize. I admit I'm wrong, and I'm so sorry for your loss. I'm I'm sincerely sorry. But this is just what I'm picking up on now. So, okay, so it was only the mom. So I guess the dad was at work, the stepdad at this time, and the grandma did the food with her, and we're coming back unloading the car or truck or whatever with the groceries or the food. I don't know if they were grocery shopping or selling food, but they were unloading whatever they were doing with the food. None of those people were there. If your child is missing, I don't know if the stepdad was still at work or what, but wouldn't you be by the child's mother's side? Wouldn't you be standing next to them? Like putting your arm around them if they're that upset? And she was alone. And I guess the biological father, I think, lives in another state or country. I was trying to figure it out, but I couldn't. I was trying to reverse the video, and I couldn't remember when they said it, but he didn't live in Texas. That's what I know. So, with all that said, what popped into my head was, with all this focus on Gabby Petito and all these missing children coming up, missing persons coming up, bodies being found, I believe the mom decided she can't handle the little boy anymore. Like, he's too much. He's just too much for me. Can't deal with him. I can't handle him. Called the father, wherever the father lives, and says, you know what? You need to take him. He's a little boy. He's got too much energy. I just can't. So by doing this, she called the father, and I don't know if it was her or I think both of them, came up with this plan. Father's like, okay, yeah, I'll come get him. I'll take him, with me. And they came up with this plan that when you come home from the store, I'll be there down the road, be by the woods, and I'll pick him up then. So they got home from the store, the dog was out playing, whatever. The mother told the boy about that he's going to be with his father for a little bit, maybe a couple months, whatever. She told him, and said, go run to your father down the lane. And the little dog might have run, or I don't know if it's a little or big dog, I don't know, but the dog might have run with him, and they were both running. Maybe the dog got ahead of him, but I believe the little boy was told to go, was told to run and hook up with the father down the street. Maybe it's someone else. Maybe it's a grandparent. I don't know. But I said the father. So they came up with this plan. And the mom was worried about all these resources going into the woods. And now that I'm thinking about it, the sheriff kept saying, we're going to stay here in these woods till we find him. And I wonder if he was trying to get something out of the mom, because I think she was worried about like all these resources being waste. I think she had a little, like, I don't know if it was guilt or just thinking they're gonna bill me for all this, so I need to gear them away, saying I really think someone took him, to get them out of the woods. Because why would she focus in on that? Why would she keep saying I think someone took him? Like, to me it was like, don't go in the woods, you're wasting your time in the woods. Someone took him, which in fact she actually set up. And I'm not quite, I don't know if they did this. I don't know if she's illegal or not illegal, or legal citizen or not, or an illegal citizen. Maybe the husband lives like in Mexico or something, and he's gonna take the boy. Well, I had a vision of him taking the boy over the border, but telling the boy to hide, like, down in his car under blankets or a backpack or something. Like, you need to hide when we go through the border, just so that he wouldn't be seen bringing this boy to him. And I guess he had a green shirt on, they said, and Mickey Mouse shoes. So and then I don't think their plan is great. I think they think they're smarter than they are, but I think the plan was to do that, and then somehow maybe they were thinking they can he'll never be found. The father would just keep him, not put him in school for a couple years, and then, maybe if he is an illegal child, maybe they can come back to America and they both don't have documentations like a birth certificate or whatever. And I'm assuming that you would just have to make up something if a person didn't have that, because I could see someone actually losing like their real birth certificate, and and then what do you do? You could just fake something, fake a name, and not a last name, but just fake who the child is. And then in the long term, the mom would say he's deceased because they can't find a body, and collect on insurance money or something. Like something about, I don't know what the plan was specifically, but these are just thoughts running through my head that it had something to do with a plan, that they got the idea from the search for Brian and Cabby, to make it look like he's missing, to make it look like he's gone, so maybe they could pronounce him dead at some point when he's not really dead, and collect on some kind of insurance money. So I would be curious if they had insurance money on this child. Someone, mother, father, whatever. So that was my visions about this child, Christopher Rameriz, in Texas. Now, I do have a vivid imagination. And as I was thinking all these stories, like this one and the Summer Wells one I'll do next, I'm like, I should just write a crime series or something. But, because I don't know how I come up with this stuff. Like, it just pops in my head. So anyway, alright, so let's ask. Okay. I'm just going to ask, why did Christopher Rameriz go missing? Why? Why? Spirit, guides, angels, please, can you tell me? Can you give us some light on why Christopher Rameriz went missing? Oh, and I don't think he's dead. I really don't think he's going to be found dead. Christopher Rameriz, why is he missing? You know, the whole plot might come out, and then they're all screwed. Which screws the child, because then he's going to lose a mother and father as they go to jail. But Christopher Rameriz, why is he missing? Okay. All right. Hang on a minute, I'm just looking. The Phoenix is Griffin. Okay, Phoenix is the Queen. Okay, this is the Queen of Wands. Wands are about sparks of ideas. Well, the Ace of Wands is. So sparks of ideas. And this is the Queen of Wands. The Phoenix. Sorry, my cat is behind the camera. So this is telling me that it is the mom's plan. And maybe this is, Phoenixes are rising from the dead, you know, so maybe the plan is to have the child come back in a year or two, and maybe they will have moved by then, and they could say it's a relative's kid, you know. She'll say she's an aunt, you know, not the real mother of the child, because again, he's coming back over the border with no birth certificate, you know, and maybe he'll look different in a year or two. And then a book. So they might have looked up laws like how long do you have to wait if your child is missing to claim insurance money, or just looking up knowledge, like how to do this. What happens if you come back across the border with no birth certificate, that kind of thing. So this is the Queen of Wands. This is the mother with her gonna rise him from the dead in the future. Bring him back. But no one's gonna know it's him. And then there's like mountains back there. I guess this deck has a lot of mountains in the cards. But they're gonna hide him for a while. I see 4 in this card. Just the Roman numerals 4 calls out to me. I'm so sorry about the lighting. Okay, so maybe they're gonna wait 4 years. So he's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, 7 till he's 7. Okay. Then we have the 4 of Cups. The 4 of Cups is usually about boredom, not seeing an opportunity, but I don't see that right now with this 4 of Cups. I see it as the mom being exhausted with watching this child of hers. That it's too much. She doesn't want to do it anymore. Okay, and in these branches, and I've never noticed this before, I see a snake. I just see a snake. I've never seen it before. So she's a snake in the grass, basically. She just doesn't want to do this anymore. You know, because there's not an opportunity being offered to her up in this, like the normal Rider-Waite. It's a, I don't know, it looks between like a squirrel and a monkey or something. I don't know what animal that is. But here, so this is why it's happening. Because the mom just needs a break from her kid. And they thought the father agreed he'd take them. But in the meantime, they devised this plan. This media circus plan. In order to have something to do with getting money. And the last is, and this is Flying Dragon. Yeah, Flying Dragon. This is the King. King of Pentacles. So it might have been the father's plan for the money. You see how they kind of look alike? So we have the Queen of Wands and the King of Pentacles. Can you see how they kind of look like, I want to say a little, I don't really think evil. I just think I'm thinking lack of morals. You know, devising a plan. So we have the two parents, mom, dad, and the mom being, I can't take care of him anymore. You need to take him. He's just too much for me. You know, if I had my sheet with me, the waterfall is kind of calling out to me. Oh, okay. It's her pretending to cry. The dad's like, make it good. You need to be bawling your eyes out. You need to be crying. You need to show emotion. Because, you know, those people for the Summer Wells case didn't show any emotion. Fake the crying. So that's what I'm seeing. So that's my story on that. Let's just see what these cards come up with. This is Cardamacy. Anything else you could tell us about this Christopher Ramiriz's disappearance? Anything else we need to know, or that can pinpoint all the reason, that can pinpoint the reason again? Can you make it clearer to us? I don't know. Okay, thank you. All right. So we have the Six of Diamonds. In the Rider-Waite, that's the guy dishing out money to the two beggars. Okay, so here I'm saying with the book here, they found out how long you have to wait before someone's declared deceased when they go missing for you to collect on insurance money. This is them both being the beggars, and a higher power is giving them money. You're gonna have to wait. Then we have the, oh my god, all these diamonds are all pentacles. It's all about money, like I said. So we have the Five of Pentacles. Five of Pentacles. That's them standing outside the church, being wounded, having a loss, having no shelter, going missing, acting like there's a loss with the waterfall, the fake waterfall of tears. And the guy's limping with a cane, like, fake it. And then the Three of Pentacles. Three of Pentacles. It's the guy standing on the bench, and the other two people are helping him. So father, grandma, and mother. Three people come up with a plan. It's what they want to work. It's their plan that they want to work. It's a plan. Okay, so that's what I came up with that story. I don't think I need to pull any regular, and these are all red, so they're all yes. What I was saying, the answer is yes, because diamonds, red cards are yes, black cards are no, and card are missy. And these are all diamonds. Diamonds are red, are yes. In case I use that deck. Alright, so that's this case. So let me shuffle and we'll pull up the next case. Okay, so I shuffled. Okay, I always like to do it totally like randomly. Alright, so now we are on to the Summer Wells case. Summer Wells, I think she's 5 or something. She went missing in Tennessee. I had seen the interview, and I only watched that once. The interview of the mom and the dad. The interview I saw, actually, and I don't even know how I stumbled across it, on a YouTuber called Upchurch, or I don't know if there's something else in his name, but he was discussing the case. And so he was like doing like how you do those music reviews. He was reviewing the video, like how I could have it on the bottom of the screen, which I don't know how to do, which I want to learn. And he was playing it play by play, and analyzing it. So he said they were on drugs, and I felt they were on drugs. And when I first saw it, I didn't pick up anything. And then it came across my news feed, I guess, I don't know, a week ago or something, and that was from 3 months ago. She's been missing a while. So I think like last week or 2 weeks ago, I happened across a video with the dad, and he looked much like, he didn't look drugged up. He looked much, his face looked much better. He looked so like relieved, like it's over with, it's done with, I'm moving on, still no really remorse. And the interview was asking him if he lost hope, and he's like, well, I don't know, it'd be nice if she came back, but I guess maybe I'm losing some hope, he was just sobered up, working, and done with it, which is heartless, to say the least. So what I came up with that story, as I thought about it, and the Christopher Rameriz story kind of clicked my intuition light on. So I was thinking about this Summer Wells story. So I remember in that interview she was saying that they went, they came back from the grocery store or something like that. Again with the grocery store. Child was out of her sight for 2 minutes. She left the kid in the house with the boys, the kid brothers, for 2 minutes, and she was gone, vanished. It's always 2 minutes, like what the hell. So anyway, they were talking. They said they went to the store or something. They went to go get the grandma's medicine, and they had to wait for the prescription to be filled. So they went across the street to a park where she could swim, and they showed videos of her swimming or something. And then I guess they picked up the prescription and went home. So then she said the grandma and her, they were planting. And I'm not exactly sure what she said, so I'm just going from memory because I saw it like a couple days ago. And anyway, the daughter was with them while they were planting, but then she wanted to go inside to see the boys. So, and some of this part of the sentences that she said, and grandma gave her a piece of candy. And then she went inside with the boys, and about 2 minutes later I went in the house, and they're like, where is Summer? And they're like, she went into the basement, and mom's like, okay, cool, let me go down the basement, and she was nowhere to be found, gone. Okay, so the kid vanished. The grandma gave her a piece of candy, called out to me. Like, why even mention that? Like, what does that have to do with anything with your daughter being missing? Like, that's a clue. A piece of candy. And also going for medicine. You know, medicine and the candy. So I put those two together. And so I don't know if this little girl got into her grandma's medicine. It'd be interesting what they picked up from the pharmacy for the grandma. But then the mom said candy. Grandma gave her a piece of candy. So, and I used to have a medical marijuana card. I can't have it now because I have a CDL, but even though I don't drive. But you can get the gummies, you know, and they look like candies. Or you could even get chocolate candies that are medical marijuana. So I was wondering if, let's say, just not good parenting skills, but just, you know, to calm your kid down, you have a habit of giving them a piece of the marijuana candy because you need to chill. They need to chill to give yourself a break because they're just too much for you. You can't even handle your own self. And I'm empathizing with her as far as like being overwhelmed, can't parent, child's too active for you, just like with the Christopher Rameriz. You know, I empathize with that. I can understand how parents that don't have all the skills could be overwhelmed, or that are mentally ill can be overwhelmed. And, you know, accidentally poison their child. So, medicine, candy, I put those two together. So I was thinking maybe the grandma gave her a medical marijuana gummy. And so I looked it up, and I'm like, can you overdose from just a gummy or whatever? And I think it said like it depends on the person, and you know, possibly the child took 2 maybe, or the grandma gave her a double dose than she normally would. You know, I just see her popping candies to all the kids. Calm the ass down. Take some marijuana candy. Oh, here's your candy for the day. But not telling them it's medical marijuana. So I wonder if that's what happened, and then the child had some kind of heart attack, or just, I don't know, couldn't breathe, something with the heart, and it just triggered a heart attack, or a cardiac arrest, and the child died in the basement. So now, on the Up Church video, I think he mentioned something about DCFS had been called to the house before. I guess the oldest boy or something was like brain damage because the father hit him with something. You know, don't quote me. But this is coming into my head that DCFS had been called on this family before, which would make sense because they did remove the kids. You don't, well, you can, I guess, if a kid goes missing, remove the children, but you really have to have, got to see neglect, because you know you can't just go removing a whole family when any child goes missing. You know, and that's not right. Children, you know, get abducted, and it's no fault of their parents. So there obviously must have been DCFS involvement. So there was a DCFS call about the family. They went out and investigated. So, you know, there was something to that. So maybe something previously happened with DCFS, and maybe DCFS had gone out there multiple times, and they were like, you know, we come out here again, we're removing all your children. So, okay, the mom goes in the basement, finds the daughter like not breathing, like gone, basically, because it wasn't 2 minutes, it was longer, and is like, shit. What do we do now? What do we do now? We can't, they're going to say we killed her. You know, even if it was kind of an accident, but not, well, we just don't give kids medicine like that. Like just don't give a small child, because she wasn't very heavy, medical marijuana. I mean, I don't think you do. So, anyway, she overdosed and she died. And the mom was like, shit, we need to cover this up. This is where it gets a little gruesome. I had a whole bunch of different flashes. I think the mom distracted the boys, got the grandma, got her husband. Maybe the grandma took the boys out of the house to get them away so the mom and the father can plan what they're going to do with the body, because they need to dispose of the body. And I don't even want to say what I see, but let's just say they dismantled the body. I don't know if they burned it into ashes. I don't know how long that takes. I don't know what you do. Like, I don't know how all that works, you know. I would check things on the property. If they didn't totally dismantle the body, they broke bones to configure it into a small, like where it could fit into a suitcase kind of thing. And they hid this body. Because I'm just wondering, how long was it from the time they thought she was missing after she went down to the basement to find her, that they called the police? I'm thinking it wasn't right away. This is what I'm thinking. I'm thinking they acted like it was right away, but it wasn't right away, because they had to plan. They had to plan to hide the body. And now again with the gardening, did they bury pieces in the garden? I don't know. I'm just, whatever it was what your average person could not fathom to get rid of the body. So if the body is ever found, it's definitely dismantled in some way, but I'm kind of feeling it's never going to be found. It's hidden well. It's hidden well. I don't know. And it was weird, because the father in the interview said she must be, you know, maybe she's in a dungeon or in a basement somewhere. Someone's holding her. Well, why would he say basement when that's where the mom found her missing? And why would he say dungeon? Like, maybe she's in a barrel, like those barrels. Was that a movie or on the news where dead people were found in barrels? Maybe it was a show I was watching. I don't know, those barrels. I don't know what they're called, but they're metal. I don't know what you keep in them. Maybe she's in one of those. But there was some kind of cutting, is what I'm feeling with her. And I don't think her body's going to be found. I think it's well hidden. So I don't know. You know, and then I was, you know how in the Brian laundry video I was like, oh, you know, I really want to help people that are missing. And you know, as I was thinking of these two cases, I'm like, okay, this is exhausting. You know, maybe this is not what I want, because this is just energetically exhausting to try to pick up on energy like this. It's on the bottom, that was in the middle. Okay, so let's just see. Okay, what happened to Summer Wells's body? That's what we're going to ask Spirit, Angels, Guides. Okay. What happened to Summer Wells' body, please? So those were the two vivid stories that my mind came up with. So either I need to be writing a crime series, or it's just intuitive hits. I mean, now, mind you, I hope that both cases are they're found, whether alive or dead. Just that they're found in one piece. They weren't hurt, you know, just whatever happened to them. That's what I hope. But I'm just telling you what I see. Okay, this is cups. This is the king. Let's see, yeah, flying dragon, I think. Unicorn, griffin. No, sitting dragon. This is the sitting dragon. This is the knight. Knight of Cups. Again with the mountains, but maybe this deck just has a lot of mountains in it. So this claw is up, and he's digging. This Knight of Cups is digging. In the regular Rider-Waite, like in a love reading, the Knight of Cups is a Don Juan. He's a smooth talker, okay? So they can fool you, like with fake love. So if this were the father, he can fool you. He can act fake. But the claw is up, which is digging. So I don't know if this is the mother or father, but they're digging. And then there's this pole, which is kind of sort of like the barrel I was talking about. So maybe wherever this pole is, light pole, telephone pole, barrel, maybe you need to dig near that. And the mom did say they were working on the phone lines. And she's like, maybe they took her. Because the workman came that same morning, she said, working on the phone lines. I wonder if if the people had to come back to, let's just say they had to cement around the pole. And then this happened with Summer, and they had to hide the body. Maybe they redug where the line pole men dug deep, buried her there, because they knew the pole men would come back and put cement around the pole. Like, I don't know, you know. I never really watched, you know, them work on a telephone pole, and I don't think there's cement around the bottom of it. But maybe there was a pile of dirt. Okay, so that was their spot to put the body, because like they didn't dig it initially. It was the polemen, the phone line guys. I would look in that area. Dig. And then we have the 5. Oh, we just have 5. This is the Hierophant. Okay, traditionally Hierophant is authority, an institution. I'm not really seeing that here. What I'm seeing is a plan. And there's these 2 pieces here. Let's just say they're the medical marijuana gummies. 2 gummies. The father, maybe even the grandmother, because I haven't seen her, and I get things off of seeing people. Maybe she's real old. Maybe this is her, because she did it initially, you know, basically. So she's got her wand, and they're making a plan. And maybe they were arguing too, like, it was your fault, no, it was your fault. Because I see a lighter, like a younger hand, maybe the mom, and a harder working hand, maybe the dad, and then the grandma. So they're all pointing fingers at each other. regarding this matter. And then up here is all these ghosts. Okay, and that could be the drugs that they were on, because in the video of the parents, they did look like they were on something. You know, I'm not an expert, so I could be wrong, but this is just the illusions, you know, like they're all like drugged up. I don't know, you know, they're all drugged up. They're all under the influence of something. So they come up with this master plan. And then there's the bottles over here, okay, which could be like medicine, poison. Yeah. I'm going to leave it at that for that one and just see. But wherever they did work on that property is where they should look. Dig around there. Maybe they did already. Oh, well, maybe that was like 3 months ago. So, I don't know. Alright, so I didn't even ask a question. I just let it fall out. 3 of Cups. Yep. That's the 3 people dancing in a circle holding their cup up. It does not have to mean a celebration. It can mean just 3 people working on something. Came up with a plan and executed a plan. Like maybe because time has passed, and like I said, the father's face was much more relaxed, much more clear. He looked like he was like, oh, we got away with it. We're done. I can move on with my life. Yeah, it was sad. We didn't mean to kill her. You know, she just had a, you know, heart failed. But, you know, we couldn't take the risk of going to jail. You know, whatever delusional reason they had that they came up with. Because remember, these ghosts here, they were kind of all delusional at the time. Maybe someday the father will come forward and tell the truth. I don't know, but oh my gosh, I saw the 3 of Hearts. This is the 3 of Swords. Okay, so but there's no mistakes. So 3 of Swords. So I do see that with the what's my 3 of Swords? 10 of Swords. Bottom of the deck. Yeah, she's not alive for sure. That's what I say. 3 of Swords. I need to look at right away. 5 of Swords, 7 of Swords. Like I said, I'm not feeling good and I'm really tired and I'm getting really drained with my energy, so I can't think of what it looks like. 3 of Swords. 3 of Swords. No, the 2 is crossing her. 2, that's what I was just saying, is crossing her. Not wanting to admit what they did. Not wanting to see it. Just like using drugs to block it out of your mind. Oh, yes. How could I? Oh my God, people. How could I not know what the 3 of Swords is? 3 of Swords. 3 snakes. They all had part in killing her. Grandma came up with the plan. Mother kind of assisted somehow, and father did the dirty deed. And it was her heart. Remember I said her heart. Her heart stopped. Three snakes on the swords. Yeah, that's what I think. So those were the stories I came up with. I have no problem being wrong. You know, it's almost better if I am wrong, and that, you know, the little boy is found and all is well. And I don't think Summer's ever going to be found, but you know, but I am, I just thought I'd put it out there. I showed you the date, the time. So as of yesterday, I didn't see any news of either children being found. It would be nice to try, if I could, to do this type of work. But then again, like I said, you know, I was focused on the Gabby. I was really focused on the Brian. And then I came into the Summer, which I was kind of focused on, but I didn't pick up anything off on the interview, so I was like, just let that go. And then I got focused on the Christopher, and it kind of sparked for the Summer thing, Summer Wells thing. But, and I'm not even doing this professionally. Oh my God, I would just be, I think it would drain me. It would drain me. So, you know, so you ever heard that saying, careful what you hope for? I'm like, maybe I don't want to do this. So maybe this is too much. But anyway, for anyone who has a missing child, or has lost a child, or a child had died, you know, when it's like the parents are supposed to die first, right? We don't want to be putting our child to rest. I mean, it would just kill me. Much blessings to you. Much blessings to these families. Even Summer Wells family, much blessings to them. You know, if they did anything, I hope they find it in their hearts to get off drugs, straighten up, admit to it. You know, just clear your soul is what I heard in my head. Clear your soul. So, talk to you later. See you soon. I'm going to try to do some zodiacs. Hopefully soon. I can't promise a day. Like I said, I'm not feeling well, so I'm going to go back to sleep now. Take care, everyone. God bless. Bye-bye. Keep your children close.